Learn about the brutal history of fox hunting in Victorian England, where aristocrats and commoners alike participated in the blood sport, with an estimated 250,000 foxes killed annually, and discover the controversy surrounding this practice. In Victorian England, fox hunting was a popular sport among aristocrats and commoners alike. The sport involved chasing and killing foxes with packs of trained dogs and horses. An estimated 250,000 foxes were killed annually in Victorian England during the hunting season. Fox hunting was seen as a way for the upper class to display their wealth and status. The brutal practice was heavily criticized by animal welfare activists and the general public. Fox hunting was eventually banned in the UK in 2004 due to public outcry and animal welfare concerns. Billie Jean King was a tennis legend who won 39 Grand Slam titles and fought for women's equality in sports. Billie Jean King won 39 Grand Slam titles, a record for women's tennis at the time of her retirement. In 1973, King defeated Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes, a match that drew 90 million viewers worldwide. King was a key founder of the Women's Tennis Association, established in 1973 to promote women's tennis globally. She was the first woman to be appointed a sports editor at Philadelphia's Daily News in 1982. King's advocacy led to the passage of Title IX in 1972, a landmark law mandating equal funding for women's sports. In 1987, King was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, a testament to her lasting impact on the sport. Discover how ancient Greeks believed the balance of 4 bodily fluids, blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile, affected health, and how this outdated concept was eventually replaced by modern medicine. Ancient Greeks believed the body contained 4 fluids: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile, which influenced health. The ideal balance of these fluids was thought to maintain health, while imbalance led to disease and illness. Hippocrates and Galen, famous Greek physicians, developed and popularized the Humorism theory of disease. Blood was associated with a sanguine personality, phlegm with a calm one, yellow bile with a choleric one, and black bile with a melancholic one. The theory was widely accepted for over 2,000 years, influencing medical practices in Europe and the Quolf. Uncover the infamous staircase to nowhere in the game The Stanley Parable, a choice-driven narrative that satirizes player expectations. The Stanley Parable is a choice-driven narrative game that satirizes player expectations. The game's infamous staircase to nowhere is a deliberate design choice to confuse players. The staircase is actually a metaphor for the futility of player choice in games. The game's developer, Davey Wreden, wanted to subvert player expectations and challenge game design norms. The Stanley Parable has received critical acclaim for its unique storytelling and humor. The game's staircase has become a cultural icon, symbolizing the absurdity of video game design. Learn the techniques of slacklining from expert David Williams as he demonstrates how to balance and walk on a suspended length of webbing, improving balance, focus, and overall physical fitness. Slacklining originated in the 1,980 seconds among rock climbers in California, USA. The slackline is typically 1 to 2 inches wide and suspended 2 to 3 feet off the ground. David Williams, an expert slackliner, can walk up to 100 feet on a single line. Slacklining improves balance by engaging the core, legs, and ankles simultaneously. Regular slacklining practice can increase focus and mental clarity by up to 20%. Slacklining is a low-impact exercise, making it an ideal activity for people with joint issues. The humble Lada Niva may have started life as a cheap Russian 4x4, but it went on to become a legendary rally car, winning numerous championships in the 1,970 seconds and 80 seconds. The Lada Niva was first introduced in 1977 as a budget-friendly 4x4 vehicle from Russia. Despite its humble beginnings, the Niva's rugged design and simplicity made it a natural fit for off-road racing. In the 1,970 seconds and 80 seconds, the Lada Niva dominated rally championships, winning over 20 international titles. The Niva's success was largely due to its lightweight body and powerful 1.6-liter engine, producing 80 horsepower. One of the Niva's most notable achievements was winning the European Rally Championship in 1979 and 1980. Today, the Lada Niva remains an iconic symbol of rally racing, with many enthusiasts still competing. Explore the stunning astronomical illustrations of Abd al-Rahman al-Sufi, a 10th-century Persian scholar and artist who created one of the most influential books on astronomy, the Book of Fixed Stars. Abd al-Rahman al-Sufi was a 10th-century Persian scholar and artist who excelled in astronomy and mathematics. His book, the Book of Fixed Stars, is considered one of the most influential astronomy texts of the Middle Ages. Al-Sufi's illustrations introduced Arabic numerals and a new system of astronomical notation to Europe. He identified the Andromeda Galaxy as a nebula, 900 years before its official discovery. Al-Sufi's work was widely translated and inspired European astronomers like Copernicus and Galileo. Explore the fascinating world of lab-grown meat, where companies like Memphis Meats and Moza Meat are revolutionizing the food industry with cultured meat products. Lab-grown meat, also known as clean meat, is made by culturing animal cells in a controlled environment. Companies like Memphis Meats and Moza Meat are leading the charge in developing commercial lab-grown meat products. Lab-grown meat uses up to 90% less land, water, and energy compared to traditional animal agriculture. Memphis Meats has successfully grown meat from animal cells, including beef, chicken, and duck. Lab-grown meat has the potential to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 75% compared to traditional farming. The first lab-grown meat product, a burger, was introduced in 2013 and cost around $330,000 to understand the fundamental laws of gravity and how they relate to the hollow earth theory, with physicist Dr. The concept of a hollow earth has been around for centuries, with ancient cultures proposing the idea of a hollow or empty earth. Physicist Dr. Brian Greene notes that a hollow earth would defy fundamental laws of gravity, which dictate that mass attracts mass. According to Newton's law of universal gravitation, every point mass attracts every other point mass with a force proportional to the product of their masses. If the Earth were hollow, the gravitational force would be significantly weaker, and the planet would likely be unstable. Gravity measurements and seismic data from earthquakes suggest that the Earth's core is dense and solid, contradicting the hollow Earth theory. In 1948, the British South American Airways DC-3 Star Tiger disappeared while flying from Puerto Rico to Miami with 31 people on board, despite extensive searches. On the 30th of January 1948, the Star Tiger, a British South American Airways DC-3, took off from Puerto Rico. The plane was carrying 31 people, including passengers and crew, on a routine flight to Miami. After departing, the Star Tiger sent a routine radio message, but all contact was lost shortly after. Despite extensive searches by the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard, no wreckage or bodies were ever found. Theories abound, but the cause of the disappearance remains a mystery to this day. The Star Tiger's vanishing remains one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time, still unsolved.